Welcome to our channel, or welcome back. My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Noah, and we're the Backpacking Beauty, your guide to budget travel.
Alright guys, so here today we just came from Vienna, Austria by train.
And now we're in Bratislava, Slovakia.
So excited to check it out after being in Vienna, a really expensive country. We're excited to just take it chill today and have a free day of sightseeing.
Can't wait. So our first stop is the Old Town, so we're heading there now. Okay guys, so we have arrived in the historic city center of Bratislava.
And we've arrived at one of the most prominent sights to see here, the Old City Hall. So right behind us, the yellow tower right here, and a bunch of the buildings right there are all connected. And interestingly enough, it's the oldest city hall in all of Slovakia. And the construction started in 1370.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and it was built and rebuilt each time there was a new person in power. So we'll show a picture of it now, but there's so many different buildings, you can clearly see that they're very different colors and different construction.
Awesome, let's go explore.
And there's a courtyard that we can go in, so we're gonna go see it now.
Alright, so the next very thing that you can go see is the Primate's Palace right behind us here.
It's gorgeous architecture. It's like baby pink, my favorite color, with gold. Definitely take some good pictures here. And just hang out in the square here. There's little seats that you can sit on, have a coffee maybe. You do have to pay if you want to go in, but we just came from Vienna, so we're all palaced out for now. Alright, on to the next.
Okay, to get into the actual palace, it does cost money.
But it is free to go inside the courtyard, and as you can see behind us, it's absolutely gorgeous, so it's something we definitely recommend.
Okay guys, so we just found this crazy thing. We're at the old market hall.
So we went to come and get some food, maybe see what's here, but there's this giant ropes course almost. I'm not even sure, and it looks like it might be free, so we're gonna go and check it out and hopefully
have some fun.
Yeah, let's see. Harder than I thought it would be. How's it going?
It's great. Okay guys, so we're out on the terrace just in front of the market hall.
And we just finished the obstacle course. It was definitely more of a workout than I thought it would be, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most unique things we've done ever on this trip, and it was just so crazy to happen upon that by chance.
So lucky. On our free video day.
Yeah, it fit with the budget. It was free to do.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll still be here if you guys are traveling, but maybe they'll have other cool things in that area. And I know they're supposed to have food and like a farmer's market in that area. That's what we were originally coming for. So if you come to this area, I'm sure you're bound to find something interesting. Okay guys, so we're at our next stop, and this is St. Elizabeth's Church, most commonly known as the Blue Church. I'm sure you can see why.
So this site is free to go in, but it is an active church, and there's a service on right now, so we're not allowed to go inside and disturb it.
We probably could, but it's best not to. Alright. Okay guys, so we're at a really cool square.
He's Slavovo.
We practiced, and his practices were a lot better than that. We'll put it on the screen, but it's really cool. It's a really long area, actually, not quite a square.
Yeah.
There's what?
There's a ton of restaurants here, a ton of ice cream places, bars, everything kind of is around here.
At the very end behind us, there's an opera house as well, which is really gorgeous. It has like a tiny little garden in front of it. very nice area to walk through.
Yeah, definitely come here, have some coffee and some drinks.
Okay guys, so the next place we're at is called Michael's Gate.
So this gate is actually the only surviving original city gate into the city of Bratislava.
Really interesting. And it's a really pretty tower, and underneath it there's something called Kilometer Zero. So you can see exactly how far away each city is. So we're gonna go under the gate now and check that out.
Awesome, let's do it.
Let's go. Not have Vancouver, but the closest thing they have is, what was it?
Toronto.
Toronto. So I guess you could just take that and then add the extra kilometers. Okay guys, so we're at our next stop, and this is the Presidential Gardens.
Yeah, it's a giant gardens complex right behind the Presidential Palace, which I recommend you go see. It's a very beautiful building, but it is the active home of the President of Slovakia, so you cannot go inside of it.
For obvious reasons. All right, let's go check out this park. Y'all, so that was a pretty cool garden. Definitely spend quite a bit of time there.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of people just hanging out, relaxing.
Yeah, we even found a seesaw to play on.
And then we got yelled at.
It's true. But we don't know what they were saying because they're speaking Slovakian, so I don't know. We just got off and continued to walk around. All right, so we're on to our next. Next one's a bit of a hike.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're just walking on to our next stop here.
This wasn't originally in the plan, but we're walking on the street. What is it called?
Called Moisizova.
Put that on the screen now, but I definitely recommend you walk through this area. There's a bunch of houses here. I think they're residential and they look like castles.
You can see behind us. They're pretty interesting.
You could definitely go on a tour through this area, and
Just
pretty
admire
interesting.
the mansions.
All right, carry on.
Okay, so we're at our next stop, Bratislava Castle.
Yeah, so we're not gonna actually go inside because we're doing a free video, and also I heard it was pretty underwhelming from what I've read anyways. So we're gonna walk around, see what free things we can do here, and get some views, hopefully, of the city.
Awesome, let's do this.
Let's get it.
All right, guys, so we're at the castle.
But unfortunately it's closed for a private event. I think it said that there was a wedding here. Looks pretty high class, so we're not getting in right now.
But we just found an observation deck overlooking the entire city, and we wanted to mention the next thing we're gonna go see, which is the most SNP bridge right behind us.
See in the background, it's really cool. We'll probably just be walking across it and seeing it from a distance for this video, but if you're on a budget that's more than $0 like we're doing right now, you can go up to see it. There's supposed to be a really cool observation deck there, and it's just a small price to go up, and if you eat at the restaurant / cafe, then that's waived, so anything you pay for obviously is the price of that.
Awesome.
Also, it's called the UFO restaurant because we'll show pans of it after. It looks like a UFO. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's get to it next.
Okay, so as you probably saw, we did get into the castle, into one of the courtyards, and wandered around, really pretty in there.
Exactly, it was so cool. And now we're on to our last free site to see, and just in time for sunset.
Let's do this.
Alright guys, so we're at our last stop of our free tour of Bratislava, and we are at a place that was supposed to be a beach.
Yeah, we originally told it was a beach. We get here, it's clearly not a beach. We'll show some pans of it, but it is a really nice boardwalk with some riverboat bars and restaurants, and an amazing place to watch the sunset.
Most importantly, yeah, a place to watch the sunset. And You can see a tiny bit of sand in between all this grass, as you'll see in the clips after this. So I think it used to be a beach. I'm not sure. Still a great place to come for sure. All right guys, so it's that time for the budget breakdown, but this one is quick and simple because everything we saw in Bratislava was free.
So we're gonna give you a quick review of everything you can do for free in Bratislava.
All right, so first we went to see the Old Town, and inside the Old Town we saw a lot of notable things.
Like the Old Town Hall, Main Square, Primate's Palace, Umbrella Alley, Market Hall, Hviezdoslavov Square, Slovak National Theater, Michael's Gate, Kilometer Zero, and St. Elizabeth's Church.
Which was actually on the outskirts. Also, the market hall that we saw was that really cool blue tunnel that we got to crawl through, so that was awesome that we found that. Then we went to the Presidential Palace and Gardens today. We hiked up to Bratislava Castle and got some good views. We saw Most SMP Bridge and the UFO at the top of it. And now we are watching the sunset at Kuchaja Beach.
Not much of a beach, but
it is a great place to watch the sunset, I'll
for sure
admit. Guys, so now that we're done the sights that you can see in Bratislava for free, we wanted to talk a little bit about the food because that was probably the highlight of Bratislava for us.
For sure. So we wanted to do a food tour, but it's always so awkward trying stuff on camera and filming in restaurants.
True.
So we just took some clips of the food and we're just going to talk about it, show you what food you should try while you're in Bratislava.
All right, so let's get started. So one of the really main things that you'll find here is something in Slovak, it's brinsove, which is sheep's cheese. So that's in a lot of dishes you'll find. So 3 things that you can find that are really popular dishes here. There's one, I'll put it on the screen now, the Slovak name for it. It's dumplings with sheep's cheese, and that's the national dish. Then you also have pierogi with sheep's cheese, which is really similar, just one's a pierogi and one's a little kind of like gnocchi situation. And then the third one is little gnocchi situations with cabbage, kind of like sauerkraut, and bacon on it. So those you can all find in different restaurants, but what we found a really cool place is to go to Slovak Pub or Flagship. I believe it seems that they're owned by the same people.
Yeah.
It's the same menus. And then you can get a sharing platter for 2, and you get all 3 of those to try. So that's a great time.
And it is more food than you can possibly imagine, so.
Yeah, it's more like for 4 people, to be completely honest.
Okay, the next thing we tried is a creamy garlic soup in a bread bowl. So we actually, unfortunately, did not get this in a bread bowl, which I'm still pretty sad about. But
we still have time here to get you one.
I hope. The soup was amazing. It is so good. And we'll put the name of that on the screen as well.
All right, and then the next thing that you can get here is potato dumplings stuffed with smoked meat. This was by far and beyond my absolute favorite here. I've had it like 3 times already. And we went to a place called Koliba that's really popular here for traditional food, but with a little bit of a more modern twist. And that's where I definitely recommend you get that dish.
Okay. Next up was a pork belly with leavened dumplings and a stewed cabbage kind of dish, and it was insanely good.
So good.
You kind of eat it almost like a sandwich. You kind of mix it all up.
We did.
And put it
I
on
don't know, there wasn't instructions with
the dumpling and just eat it, and oh my god, all 3 of them together was just so amazing.
Yeah, and we went to a little hall. I can't remember the name of it.
It's like
Try to put that
Kusamino
on the screen. We'll find that. But it was the oldest wine.
Yeah, the oldest wine tavern in Bratislava.
So that was pretty cool as well. That one was very traditional, kind of no frills, but amazing. Like way better than I would have thought. Then the next thing, we are on to desserts. So they have so many desserts here. Unfortunately, it was really difficult to find them. So we only found 2 of them. One was leskonki, I believe, and it's a cookie, 2 cookies with buttercream icing on the inside. And it was so sweet, but Noah's a sweet person.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But you definitely have like 1 of them.
Half. Okay.
And the next thing was these steamed dumplings, and they're filled with jam or cheese and other fillings, and then they're covered in poppy seeds. and they were amazing. I really enjoyed the ones with jam. So delicious. They're perfect dessert.
Yeah, they're so popular here. And another thing you'll see a lot in the food here is poppy seeds. All over absolutely everything they can get it on. All right, and now we've made our way into drinks. So there's 2 drinks here that I think you should definitely try. One is Slovak lemonade. So basically it's not exactly lemonade like you would think. It's fizzy flavored water. So it usually has different fruit flavors and it's served in like half-liter things. Absolutely delicious and a must on like a summer's day. It's so refreshing.
And the final drink and the final item for food is kafola, which is like a coffee Coca-Cola mix with some ginger. It is unique and quite tasty, surprisingly. And they have it everywhere, and they actually serve it as like a draft. So they just pour you whatever size of glass you want, and it's really cheap, really refreshing.
It's really good. And also, what did we read about it? I think during
it was started Soviet era because Coca-Cola
they weren't allowed. Yeah, Coca-Cola was illegal, so they started their own, and then they put some coffee in with it as well to be more of like a pick-me-up. And then now, of course, there's Coca-Cola widely available here, but people still drink it because it's a local drink. So I thought that was really interesting.
Overall, the food here has been amazing, and I really enjoyed eating my way through Bratislava.
Definitely, if you're on a diet, don't come here. But otherwise, you will be so content eating here, and it's all just really comfort food. Absolutely delicious. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our budget guide to Bratislava, Slovakia.
And I hope this helps keep your budget low on your next trip to Bratislava.
Alright, and I hope this has inspired you to travel and helped you to plan your next adventure.
As always, stay safe and happy travels.